All right, Lumos Arts Academy students, sound engineering, welcome to your first project. We're going to create a new Cubase session. Wrong button. Okay, new project. This is what you'll see, create empty. Okay, we're going to do a few things before we get started. We're going to hover our mouse up here in this area. We're going to right click, hold right click, and you're going to want to make sure that you're on time code. Bars and beats will look like this. G and H will zoom in and out, and we want to go to time code. We also want to get rid of this over here. We won't need to access this. So I'm going to hit Control-Alt-R. Control-Alt-R. There it goes. Bye-bye. All right, now I'm going to save this to my folder. So Control-S and first redesign project. Okay, now I'm going to import the video. I'm going to be doing the Warhammer one. If you're new to sound engineering, you'll be doing the Shift 2, but if you have experience, I want you to do the Warhammer one. So we're going to go to Import, under File, Video File. I know this happens to be in a different folder, but you will download this from Google Classroom. Warhammer, okay. Extract audio from video. That's okay if that's checked, but I want to encourage you to not listen to the audio until after you've done the project to see how it compares. But you can if you want to kind of get some ideas, but it's more of a challenge to not listen to it. Okay, to get the video up, F8 at the top of your computer keyboard will get you the video player. Just hit play. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I could also mute it, but I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so my video player is getting stuck, but hopefully yours won't. All right, let's move the video player over here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 6 stereo audio tracks. So if I just right click in this area, add audio track. Okay, now configuration needs to be stereo. Don't worry about audio output. Don't worry about naming it. And we just want to worry about count down here. Add track. Okay. Now we're going to import all of the sound effects we'll need. So we're going to go to File, Import, Audio File. And we're going to go to the folder on your desktop called Lumos Sound Effects, then Class Projects, then Warhammer Project. Okay, so all of these sound effects, we're going to import them all at once. Be sure that you select all of them by making sure you scroll down, hold Shift. After you select the top one, hold Shift. This will also apply to the Shift 2 project as well. Okay, then hit Open. Now don't click anything after you see this dialog come up. A lot of sound effects. Okay, don't click either one of these. Just hit exit. Now what I want you to do is hit Control P. That's going to get you to the audio pool. So this is where all your media lives in Cubase. So if I click the little plus button, there's all my sound effects. And I can click one, hit play. If I hit play again, it'll stop it. So I need this to live in my session. So what I'm going to do is just configure my window. I'm going to make this as skinny as possible. And then I'm going to extend this back out. Okay, so, and my screen is a little different dimensions, but you get the idea. It'll look like this. So you want your screen to look like this, okay? All right, now you want to get a feel for what sound effects you have in here. All right, so now you're ready to get started with the project. There's one more thing we're going to do. We're going to add a marker track. and this is in the instructions, this marker track is going to help us keep track of where we are in our video. So if we watch the video, there's a part where the monsters start coming up and it gets pretty tense. So I'm going to click this left add marker button, and then up here on the left on description, I'm going to write monsters coming. This just helps me break down the video so it doesn't seem overwhelming, so I don't lose my place with where I am. And I can also use some really cool shortcuts to go to the next markers when I'm working. Okay, and those markers are on the shortcut sheet. Okay, so let's say, okay, when the guy gets hit, so I'm gonna add another marker there. This button. Hero down. And the shortcut to go from marker to marker is Shift N and Shift B. So Shift N and Shift B will toggle to the markers, which is cool if you're working. Okay, now are we almost ready to start dragging in sound effects? I think we are. Okay, so let's say the first thing I want to do is footsteps. Okay, there's just a lot of footsteps right here. If I might want to loop this region. Notice what I did with this pencil tool. It automatically comes up and I just left click and drag. Then what I can do is hit the slash mark or the loop. It's right here. You see how it turns purple? The little / on the numeric keyboard will loop it. There you guys know this. Okay. So let's see what we got. So there's a lot of footsteps, so I'm going to find something that has to do with footsteps. Footsteps. Great, that's a great start. So I'm just going to drag that onto one of my tracks. Notice how my grid is on right now. I'm going to turn the grid off, but I'm also going to make my grid type one frame, so that if I want to move this over to match the footsteps, I can use this really cool shortcut, Alt, left and right arrow, to actually move this by one frame if I want to match something exactly. Alt and left and right arrow. Okay, so I'm now matching sound effects to the picture and being creative with these different options. Definitely take some time and read through what you have here to work with, and just start with like a 10-second section. Just get going somewhere. Don't feel overwhelmed. Everything should have a sound, but you also don't have to. It's also, you don't want it to be too muddy or too busy as well. Okay, so like the lead guy should have footsteps, but the background guy should also have footsteps. So what you could do is you could duplicate these a few times and just move them around slightly different places. All right, we're off and running. Thank you.